Yo, what's up? Let's get this thing set. Let's go YouTube. First off, did I charge my cameras? Nah, dog. Why'd I charge my cameras? I'm not a YouTuber. I'm absolutely terrible. So both my cameras are probably running low. So there may be just a dead stoppage here at some point. So I can charge it? Well, oh, wait. You charging? Come on. There it goes. Okay, so that one's charging. One on my head is not. But I am Zan. This is a Z125 Pro 2017 engine. The top end is back together. I torqued down 2 bolts. I thought I didn't have a 5mm hex wrench thingy, but I did. I have soaked the clutch plates in oil, in motorcycle oil, and moved them around several times, and they are just gloriously coated in oil. So these are good to go back in. I have my diagrams up. I have everything else I need in front of me. So today's agenda is clutch back together, torque a couple things down on that. What else? It's going to be that I got to take the clutch crankcase cover, and I got to take the gasket off because I got a new gasket for it. Even though that one looks fine, I just figured we'd do a new gasket. And we're going to take a look at these clutch plates. Just should think it was they're nice and dampened. It's awesome. And there's still some clutch material on them, I think, from the old one, but we're going to flush this thing out. They look fine. We're good. I decided not to go with a new clutch because this was obviously a replaced clutch at one point, and I didn't need to replace the clutch because I felt that this was just fine for what we were doing. Worst case Ontario, I will take this clutch back out, and I will make sure there's no difference between all these. All the same. I will take the clutch back out at some point and replace it if I need to. But for now, not to be cheap, I figured it looks like a new clutch. Besides that, it still has the clutch material from the previous clutch, assuming, on it. We should be fine. And it said it was. Oh wait, are these numbers on these? I'm trying to see what these markings are. No, it's 444. I'm just reading things. I just found some markings. I was making sure they weren't messed up. Oh, of course, cat hair. That's what I want in my engine. Thanks. So yeah. I'm Zan. You're watching YouTube. We're doing clutch stuff, which isn't that difficult. It just takes not really time, but just gotta kind of pay attention to what you're doing. And I've done the clutch on my Access 650 before, just because, and it really was not that difficult. It's just make sure you get everything back in the same order it was in, and we are good to go. That's good. I guess for me, the little symbols, little logos on there go up, and it goes in nice and easy. Voila. Clutch rings and plates are back, almost back in. There we go, and voila, nice. Next thing we need is this cap hither. It goes on the top like so. Really? This goes on the top like so? Of course it doesn't. The diagrams got it backwards. Well, I knew something didn't seem right. Moron, Zan, come on. There, that goes in there like that. Something didn't look right to me. And I got a little excited today. There was a motorcycle on the road in February. I thought I was going to lose my mind. I was like, oh my god. Okay. Now it clutches back in. I was like, what's this bolt do? Everything's nice and damp, as you can tell. There's still a little bit of material in there. I'm not liking that, but we're going to flush the bike out. I think that teeny bit of material is going to go away very quickly with this. I have cleaned these off a couple times, but it's like it's sticky. So, but these look good, and I measured them compared to the spec, and they were all good. Okay. Over to my disgusting desk of disgustingness. The other thing that I am making a nice assumption of, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on, no, we're not aligned right. You're so close. Maybe it's easier to install this in the reverse order. Or something out of alignment here. Let's check. Oh, those all seem to fit fine. I just think I couldn't eyeball the alignment because I'm an idiot. Just see if there's a ring or something in the way why this won't fall all the way in. Oh, you know what might be the problem? Is that that won't line up with what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to line 3 things up at once and I'm not lining them up right. This way. Let's try it this way. This looks terrible. Oh, I lost one. And voila. So basically this spline down there was giving me alignment issues. So we got it. We got it. Oh, God. Not the smartest got, but I got it. Okay, now I'm all covered in oil. Gotta kind of get some of this off because I gotta touch the mouse and keyboard. And usually I take my gloves off, and I will, because it's not worth getting that on my mouse and keyboard. Springs, plate, that. Spring bolts, 44 inch-pounds. And no 44 inch-pounds, but no like specific pattern for that. So we're gonna do nice hand tight, and then do a slight rotation around, do like a star pattern-ish, you know, every other kind of thing. But of course, did I put my tools away? Of course I didn't. This is a helper cat. Hmm. Alright, all back. Had to take a minute and think about this. So this is the lighter primary gear for the bike compared to this guy. So the rotational force of this is going to be a lot less, but it's going to let you accelerate faster, according to their thing. Got this from TB Parts. I think it's tbparts.com. It's tbparts.com. I got all the stickers. Thanks, I like stickers. So I'm sitting here thinking, how am I gonna tighten all this stuff, because it all spins, right? Kawasaki has a special gear holder that sits in here. Am I gonna wait for a gear holder to show up in the mail? No, of course not. It's TB Parts. Has thought this through. See these little grooves here? Look at this. And I'm using a crest, and I know some people are gonna yell at me. Voila! Look at that. Look at that. Booyah! It's a 26 millimeter. And my wrenches go up to 24. So I don't have a 26. But for 54 foot-pounds of torque, we should be good. 54, 53, 53 foot-pounds of torque. I should be good, right? So we're going to torque this down. And honestly, I should do it more. So, should see if I can spin it. There we go. And no, not quite. Okay, torqued. Just making sure before I over torqued anything. So now the next thing is this one right here. How do I keep this from spinning? And then I thought to myself, yo, Zan, seriously? How do you keep that from spinning? Should be easy. I'll take the engine, I'm going to rotate it up like this. And if I look here through this shaft, what's it meet up with? Nothing. Nothing. This is the end drive. So my thought was it would line up with this, and it definitely does not. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to keep that from spinning so that I can get 54 foot-pounds of torque in there without anything. So let's look at the manual, see if they have a different idea, and we'll get back to this. Well, I thought that was a smart idea. I guess not. Yo, we back. It's been a little minute. Same day. Just had to get the new gasket on here, on the clutch cover. I took the old one off, made sure it's nice and clean, gave it a good scrubbing basically. And now what I'm doing is I'm hand tightening all the clutch cover bolts, which need to be torqued down in a pattern similar to the other side being the crankcase cover. But right now I'm just getting them all hand-ish tight, finger tight, hand tight. Yeah. And then we'll get the... Come on. Someone caught something. We'll have to come back to that one. Then we'll get the... Man, I can't come up with my words right now. Then I'll get the torque wrench out. I was trying to say socket wrench, but torque wrench. And we'll torque all these down to 78 inch-pounds. Okay, we're all hand tight. 78 inch-pounds. Okay, there's a pattern to this. Front of the engine, top, bottom, just for those referencing. And playing along with the home edition. Number 1. Wait, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I didn't tighten that one down. 5, 6, back to 7, 8, 9, and 10. Which seems weird to go to the bottom ones last, and I guess 11 then 12, but I feel like you should tighten the bottom ones first, make sure the bottom seals best. But Kawasaki's got their reasoning. Okay, so let's torque these down in sequence. Alright, had to swap cameras, camera 1, camera 2. I was in the middle of torquing something down, and camera 1 died because I didn't charge it. I think it was this one. I think I literally just did the first one. Yep. Click. Voila. Freaking la. We're nearing the end of this project. This part of it, at least, of rebuilding an engine. So what do we got? We got starter motor, covers, and then I found that I almost forgot oil sender, oil line. This line goes here, clamp here, there's 2 banjo bolts, and I'm going to make an assumption, but I'm going to look it up before I finish it, that got 2 washers, copper, one goes on top, one goes on bottom of it, like I dropped it. Okay, obviously I was right because I'm awesome. Slide this a little bit further this way. We're gonna rotate it just a bit onto its top. Gotta put, oof, as it falls. Not the best stand because there is no stand. Banjo bolts 1 and 2 with the copper washers. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this one was hard to get in there or was hard to torque down because of different reasons. So we might have to play this one by ear. I also do not have short, small sockets. So that could come into some problems here as I try to tighten everything down to the correct torque. These have to be torqued down to 11 foot-pounds, which seems like a lot, which then is 120 plus 12, 132 inch-pounds, because we're going to use the small one here. And that's going to go down to 46 inch-pounds. Banjo bolts, they really don't want you leaking those, do you? Well, you're also compressing the copper, so 132, right? That's what I just said. Let's give this thing a spin. $132 inch-pounds equals 100 and whatever, and that's not going to work. Uh-oh. And that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid this banjo bolt was going to break, and it did. Awesome. So I followed the torque spec. I got up to 100, and it didn't feel right. So I backed it out, looked at it. The bolt looked fine. So I put it back in at 100, or I just started to put it back in, and it spun itself in half. So I'm going to have to order new banjo bolts, because I don't trust either of them now. That sucks. I was so close. So close, YouTube. So close. This one looks like it's intact, but now I'm going to have to get something to get that out, and I've got some ways to do it. I've got some easy outs and stuff. We'll have to get it out, make sure there's no debris in there, clean the threads off, make sure they're set, and then order a banjo bolt, a beautiful banjo bolt. But for this engine, I'm going to say we're basically done. We got to put this back together. This one part just broke. We got to put this oil thing back on, and then it's covered. Really, it's going to be. I think snapped off in there. Dang. It's a disappointment. What a surprise. It's going to be, I don't know, one more day worth of stuff on this, and really, It's just it's easy stuff. It's oil filter, it's valve covers. I'm gonna rotate the engine a couple times, check the valve clearances one more time. I might order these too. These washers. Might just make sense just get a whole new set. But we'll get that out in another video or a quick little reel or something, or what's it called, a short. We'll get that out of there. I don't think I have any of the stuff. Oh, shoot, I do. I do have the stuff up here, I think. Hold on. Where is it? Top of the engine, top of the engine. So, should be pretty close. There, it snapped off right there. Which, shouldn't have. It's torquing it down to spec. How easy that was. YouTube says it's gonna be another video. That is amazing. I love these things. And I really didn't do much for that. I just pushed it in there and it slid out, which is sad because I thought we were done. I thought we were going to be done. Okay, so as I was saying before, we're going to need to do a little bit more work on this, which is just I guess I got to put the starter motor in too, but I want to get bolts ordered for that. Another banjo bolt. We'll put the starter motor in next time, and I'll do all my checks off camera. You guys don't need to watch me do that, and then it'll be ready to go back in the bike. So I've been Zan. This is the Z125 motor, 95% complete, 99%. It's friggin' done basically. It's been awesome. One more part to order, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the next one will be a quick one where I just put those two bolts in, we put the starter motor in, we bolt up the caps or the covers, drop in the spark plug, and then we get it ready basically to go back in the bike once the weather breaks. So everybody out there, ride safe. Hashtag I need a bigger garage. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.